The following is a presentation of MRE Uno, Division 2. Here in Division 2, a storm is a brewing today. We've got day 2 of Meteorological May after a triple header non-stream to start the tournament yesterday, and we are bringing you the second game in the Barometer region. It should be a fun one. It's an 8-9 matchup. We all know how those can go. And today, both guys making their debut on stream for the first time in their careers. On one side, you have Nifty. You're going to see him in the commentator booth coming out later this tournament. But last time out for him on the table, he showed out. Coming out of the play-in and then coming out swinging against someone who made a Final Four in brii. Gentleman sweeping brii out with a little bit of post-Final Four hangover as a currently rated an 18 seed, came in as a 15 out of the play-in after a 7-gamer with Kane, and then fell to Omii, who would make that Final Four in Archery April. On the other side, Lucas had a couple wins in February, and then was unable to make it out of round 1 last time out. Felt in 6 to Wes, and looks to try and pick it back up. We welcome you to the round of 64, Meteorological May in Division 2, the first of 2 stream games today and the first of 5 across the division. We take a look at today's schedule. Nifty and Lucas ahead, and over in the Cyclone region, the opener for the Cyclone region hits 2 seed Aiden Smith and 15 seed debutant in Jordy. And then coming up later today to open up the drought region at 3:45, it will be Arnhem and Atomic, the 5-12 game in that region. And then staying in the drought region, 45 minutes later on stream at 4:30 Eastern will be King of Red and Blake. Red looking to try and get back to the winning ways after a regional final run tournament 1. And have got out of round 1 again in Archery April, but fell to Sky in round 2. And then we wrap it up at 7 with Saiyan and Hole at 2:15 game in this very Barometer region. We take a look at the bracket in the Barometer region. Ridley is on the bye island for this tournament and will take on the winner of this one. Down below, we have Rana and Dia and Deleted and SB, both still trying to work out times for those games. We will let you know once we hear anything more on those. But at the moment, we are here on the table, and joining me in the booth today is we got 2 Nicks in here. We got the OG Nick in the league. Nick, well, we happy to have you here, and we got 2 guys that have had some success, had some trial, both with 2 wins on the year. Obviously, Nifty had the big win over brii, who had made the Final Four, and then Lucas trying to get back to those winning ways at even 20-20 and 2-2. It's a record you don't see all that often. So both looking for a win number 3 coming up today. What do you expect from these two? Should be an exciting 8-9 game.
Oh, absolutely. It's nice to be back in the booth, Short. Thanks for having me. We both know that these players have really, really high ceilings. You know, you talk about how Nifty took care of brii back in T2. Well, Lucas took care of White Spider, who was the #1 overall seed back in February Flurry. So we both know that these two players have really high ceilings in terms of their Uno capabilities. The key for this matchup is going to be who's going to be able to show that they can consistently show out in these types of close matchups. You know, with the LCQ coming right around the corner, there's no T5. You got to start making your way into the LCQ now and get those 5 wins. So if you want to put your right foot forward to make sure that you get into the field, here's where you proved it.
Yeah, halfway point has come and gone. One less regular season tournament to D1. Of course, LCQ, you need 5 wins, so definitely key for them to get a win. They don't want to leave it all on the line in T4 in what will be Justice July coming up next time out. But right now we're talking about Meteorological May. I'm going to start with Nifty here. Nifty, good to have you on stream first time. We're going to see you in the booth coming up tomorrow, I believe. I think that's correct, yeah. With Ninja and Ryder. But on the table here, obviously you had the big upset to start your career. Obviously you had the play-in win over Kane, but now, and then you had the win over brii, who made a Final Four. So what do you got to do to keep the momentum going, and obviously try and continue a push towards a possible run at the postseason here today against Lucas?
Yeah, I'm hoping to leverage some more of the experience I've gotten through Myths League and the UUL, playing some games there, learning a bit more of the strategies and how to play against different opponents. I'm still a little concerned about my ability to close it out. I feel like either way, win or lose, this will probably go to a close match between me and Lucas, but a lot of people are forecasting me to win in the predictions for this one, so I'm hoping that I can hold that up and yeah, keep moving on to face Ridley.
Forecasting, that was slick. Lucas, over to you now. Obviously, you had the big win over White Spider in T1, and now you're trying to look to bounce back. You're sitting at 2-2. Need 3 wins over the next 2 tournaments. What do you got to do against Nifty, who's also pulled some of the wins in upset fashion like you did at the start of the season? Yeah, you can type. That's fine. Probably better. I couldn't hear you that well earlier. But yeah, Ridley awaiting the winner. Yesterday saw a few different games. Don't really know since, well, it's just fair enough. You know, that's just sometimes how Uno can be. Quite high in luck. Okay.
Fair enough. Better lucky than good sometimes.
Yeah, that can be how it is sometimes. And before we get started here, obviously we got the as I mentioned, we have Aiden and Jordy playing over on the Cyclone stage, and Aiden just pulled out game 1 just under 4 minutes on a 9-carder. We will keep you up to date on action over in the Cyclone region as we go along, but we are just about ready to get it started. Leah is going to be our ref for the first time in her career reffing for us. We appreciate it. And we will give it to Nifty for the game 1 call. Nifty, welcome to stream. Welcome to Meteorological May. How many cards are we doing for game 1? Oh, appreciate that, Leah. It's all right. Oh, we sending it off the top. Oh, boy. Here we go.
Okay. I like this.
All right, should be fun. Sender is in. It is game 1, best of 7 to game 2 of the Barometer region. 15 sender. Here we go. Red 3 to start us off. And we're usually accustomed, Nick, to not see many big shots. We watch a lot of D1 games. We don't necessarily see any huge ammo plays early, but D2, the control is a lot there's a real difference in the level of control in the ammo you see, so you never know what you might see coming down early on here, even on a full send.
Oh, absolutely. You know, D1, there's a lot of people that play that sort of more patient style where they don't really show the ammo looks until right at the very end. So usually we'd be waiting a little bit until we see any potential ammo on either end. But down in D2 with all this chaotic energy down here, you never really know. You blink and there could be just a random 4-card chain just because it's just how some of these D2 players operate. We'll see how exactly these two players in particular want to approach this matchup, though. I don't know if they either particularly want to go that aggressive right out the gate, but we'll see what happens. As we've been calm so far, it's just a bunch of red numbers.
Just wonder if it's a calm before the storm, or is it just general calm? We'll have to find out.
Sometimes the spot likes to give neither player ammo. Sometimes they like to give one player all the ammo or both players the ammo. We can't really tell which one of these it is until we get down closer towards that 10, 9, 8
yeah,
card
that's
range.
really the sweet spot where you start to see something happen is they both pull a double play. Nifty pulling a little bit ahead there with the +2.
Yeah, just depositing that +2. Maybe didn't have much of a connector with that +2. Just dumping a little bit of ammo, setting him back in the delta.
Definitely. See if that holds up for him.
Lucas.
Oh. Maybe misplay
is
there
that
a little.
Potential +4 play?
Potentially, which
that's what it seems like. He just put +2 instead of +4, which
oh, yep, there you go, +4.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So right out the gates, we're throwing +4s. I see. I see how it's gonna be.
Yeah.
So now Nifty is, oh my goodness, he's gonna throw it right back with the 4 chain.
I wonder if any of that came from that +4 there, trying to.
Oh,
I think this game is starting to look like it's just trying to get even. It's trying to stay with it. As with that 4 play, Nifty has the mere possession arrow back. The table snatches it back with that. Another one.
Does Lucas really just not have any blues?
And that's what, unless he's got a monster hand, Nick, this is what we know about D2 is that ammo control can be a little bit thrown out the window. Like, we definitely don't see as much methodical play as we do in D1, but, you know, it's very possible that he could just have a monster hand and he's just running it down as he pleases, but who knows?
It's very possible. It's also possible that, you know, yeah, as you said, a lot of these D2 players, they avoid any potential drawing opportunities like the plague. So if they have a +4 or wild, they just use it without a second thought. That can come back to bite him if he ends up getting, you know, stalled out trying to make the finish here.
Yeah, draw city can be a scary thing as we got crazy 8s on the board, trips 8s going to yellow and quad 8 back to red.
8. Oh boy.
And Lucas
Nifty insisting on the red there, and it allows him to make Lucas go into a draw there. So
Nifty
Lucas
continues to run.
Yeah, Nifty biting into the lead now. Does Lucas potentially have a 9 here? No, just a +2 play. I don't necessarily hate that.
No, don't hate that at all, but still, from playing from ahead as well, which makes me think he might have just top decked that and played it to play it. I don't know if he was holding on to that. Considering he was up by a couple already. As you look there, we're just about hitting 5 minutes on this game 1.
And a draw.
Wow.
So neither having red, even after the +2 there. That is very interesting.
Yeah, thanks for
Nifty
the update.
Doesn't even have a. Oh wow.
Jordy going power play in game 2 to tie it up with Aiden at 1, but I think nope, Aiden just went up 2-1. Yeah, I got it on my second
Don't...
device. I'm like, oh no.
Oh boy.
Anyway, Lucas gets freed up by the green wild play from Nifty. After he top decks a 0, while Nifty was running with it. So this could be... Red could be something you find for an ISO, but I don't know if there's going to be much ISO. ISO plays are rare, at least in most of the player base, as we've mentioned. But we'll see if Nifty can continue... See how far he can take the green. You'd think he has one. Sets up number efficiency to blue. Oh, interesting. You got to think that there might be some green in the back end, though. Cross undercut to yellow. Goodness.
Man, that is very interesting. Using the wild to go into green and then immediately switching out of there. I'd be thinking, hey, there's green on the back end there. I mean, I don't know. That's a very interesting play, but it sets up Nifty to use that chain there to take back the lead, I'm pretty sure. Or no, he's still back, just trying to find ways to stop Lucas here. Goodness. And Lucas content, though. Lucas content to run these yellows. So we'll see how it works out for Nifty here. Ditto play. Lucas down already to 5 or 4, I believe. Let me check. Down to 5. Back into the green.
Goes down to 4 now with that green switch. Nifty trying to
Nifty
hold on. Undercuts again!
I have never seen someone
that ices him.
I have never seen someone avoid a color they wilded into so much in a game.
Yeah, that's a very interesting play. We're going to have to dig in on that a little bit.
Nifty hasn't even played a green card.
That's crazy. That's the fact that imagine you get any other number. He must have really good number connections right now for him to pull something like that.
Yeah.
Now he finally gets iced out. But Lucas was iced out. Does that set up something? Does Lucas go? Yes, he does. Into red.
Ooh.
Does that free Nifty up? No, he's 2 color, or maybe even 1 color, considering he's avoiding green.
I wonder what that 1 color is.
Oh my goodness! And Lucas is down to 2, and he's out as well. So it looks like we might be headed Draw City's way. But Nifty top decks a 3. Does that set something up for Lucas to keep the train moving?
Unless he has a green 3 here, I think we're still going to be drawing back.
Could also set something up for himself. It's very possible. It does for Lucas. This is yellow. It's where he's been trying to go.
Into the green 3.
Oh, what?
Oh no!
What is going on?
We finally get into the green, but this might be what Lucas wants. Lucas down to 2.
Down to 2. This could be dangerous indeed. Just check. Signs the check.
3.
Signs the check with the ditto. Nifty, what does he do? Can he do anything?
It's difficult to say if Nifty has any sort of ammo here. He might just have to
play
a green and pray.
Lucas for game 1 win. No!
No.
And Nifty's going to continue running on the green.
We know he wanted the green earlier. He should be really good on this color. Is that Nifty? Nifty taking the lead down to 2 already. Lucas just having no answers, forced to draw.
Oh my goodness, what a play from Nifty. We got
This is check.
Oh, into blue for the check.
Oh my goodness.
Goodness.
Lucas, unless you have a blue +2 here, I mean, I don't see a way you could stop this. A blue reverse.
Blue reverse. Uh-oh. No, just a draw.
Nothing.
Nifty for the win. He's got the skip for the 1-0 lead.
Wow. That was crazy. The wild into the green and then avoiding it like the plague and then running it at the end.
Goodness.
Wow.
Nifty, what a fade you had there with the green. Talk me through the strategy. You go with the wild and then he switches out and then you switch out of it like the plague. Was that kind of the strategy to throw him off the scent with the green and running down in other colors?
You can't read me, man. I just knew that I needed to lay down that wild to get it onto something that I could play with. And when he threw down the 2, I was like, oh, number efficiency. I could just jump over to another color, see what he's got there. I want to keep him on his toes here.
Yeah, so keeping him on his toes, that's what we thought, Nick. And Nifty gets game 1. Lucas, I think he just kind of found ways to slow you down there. Anything you believe you need to do differently to try? Oh shit! That's
Hello.
No, sorry, you jumped on in. I'll say, Lucas, he definitely had you on your toes, like he said. Is there anything you could have maybe done differently? I don't know if there was much you could have done differently to try and counteract the strategy that Nifty was coming at you with there.
Not very much, really.
Yeah, not very much. Fair enough. All right. Yeah. Over on Cyclone stage, it is 2-1 Aiden still. They are. Jordy's down to 4. We'll see how that goes. But goodness me, what a game 1, Nick! And this could be an interesting one moving forward. With a little bit of strategy pulls from Nifty. We'll have to see what Lucas does to respond.
Oh yeah, I mean that was just chaotic. I mean, the only mistake I could think of on Lucas's end is using the +4s maybe a little bit too early there.
Yeah,
but
that may have
for
given
some
him some
D2,
options.
yeah, some D2 players, holding back like that ain't an option. That's just written in their DNA to go full aggressive every single time.
Yeah, they can't stand draw city,
Yeah, we'll see if he's able to adjust, or if we're gonna continue to see the fireworks throughout this entire series.
All right, game 2, Nifty cannot pick the sender. What'll it be for game 2? Oh goodness.
Oh my god.
Oh boy. Here we
Okay.
go.
We see this from the likes of like Toaster Guy, where he goes from like 5 to 15. He's ready to do whatever.
Yeah.
But going
Crack
from
show
full
incoming.
send to no send.
Yeah, we were seeing the opposite. We saw the opposite from Jordy over on Cyclone. Went from 5 to 15 in a game.
What is going on?
Game 2, game 3
these
to game
D2
4.
players on?
As meanwhile over there, Jordy had a triple on the ammo, but left the door open and stuck on green as we started up here in the blue. And Lucas going quickly for the open door +2, and that's what we're talking about, Nick. The control is not helping. The lack of control is not helping Lucas, and he's kind of showing his hand a little bit, leaving the +2 open early, showing that you probably don't have it, but he top decks a +2 anyway and closes out on the yellow.
Yeah, I mean, that's true, but also when it's 5 cards, I don't necessarily hate that play if it's the only play that you have. 5 cards.
Yeah, and we talk about the low tier needing a higher level of aggression. You might see them come out more. I was in the mind. I almost forgot about that for a second because I was in the mindset of the sender, and we went down to the no send. I'm just throwing me. We get trips,
and it worked out. It worked out beautifully for Lucas. He's already at Uno.
Wow, signing the check just over a minute in.
Lucas really putting his luck to the test here.
If Nifty's got something that's coming out here, I would sense a +4 is coming, or at least a +2.
If he has that, absolutely.
And,
oh my goodness.
Yep, +4.
There's the +4.
But yeah, the reverse didn't quite. There we go. Yeah. Oh yeah, fine. It was just the. Yeah, I don't know what that was. Probably just spacing. Yeah, and Jordy just tied it up. It's a seesaw series 2-2. As we see trips 2, my goodness.
Trips 2, the trips 9.
Peter Onjack would be proud, Nick. King Peter would be proud. My
he
goodness.
Would be. He's somewhere smiling right now. I know.
Absolutely. Half off special from Lucas. We're staying in the blue.
And now you really don't know what either player has because we've been switching so much, and Lucas just got hit with that +4. It could have gave him anything, but Lucas is still able to run these colors for now. We'll see how long he's able to do this. He's already down to 3, down to 2 with another switch on the 6. Oh my goodness,
My God.
it's been like a switch every single other play. It feels like that. And now Nifty already using his +4. He's not really going to have anything else to combat with this. Is this check for Lucas?
One down from Nifty on the yellow. What do we have from Lucas? Already used a +2 in here. In the yellow.
Oh my goodness. Oh
wow.
My goodness. There we go.
And
Gets
the
+4 from the +4. And with that, he ties it up 1 apiece. We have a series.
Goodness.
Yeah,
and there's a whole lot to say about it. I think Lucas, did you have that +4, or did that come from Nifty's +4 there?
That came from Nifty's +4.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
Yeah, eye for an eye then, Nick. That's really all it is. Nifty, I don't really have much to say on that one. You got an eye for an eye, and the bot was dealing fairly on that one. Any thoughts on that game?
I haven't done low card starts too many times. I feel like they're not quite my strong suit. I say as Lucas now has the card pick. I figured I would try it out. Going
Bro's
from 15 to 5.
leaking his weaknesses. Oh no.
Oh no.
I figured I would try it with me starting out and see if it would go any different. Just wasn't quite luck on my side this time. I don't know if I could have played it much differently.
He's going in between though. One more for you. Would you consider this first? Considering that answer, would you consider that first homestand being kind of a feel out process? Like we talk all the time about game 1 being a feeler kind of game, but maybe taking it low tier, saying you don't do it that much, maybe kind of getting a feel for how it'll go. There, obviously, low tier can go a lot luck based.
Yeah, I mean, might as well try out stuff. I'm still newer to the league and playing Uno strategically like this, so might as well take the shot while I can.
Interesting, Nick. We talk about feel out process being game 1 a lot, but Nifty kind of trying to do that in 2 games, but obviously it's only 1-1. Still a lot of Uno left to be played. Interesting, kind of way to go about it. But now Lucas is going to go the other way with mid tier.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm surprised that Lucas is going with the mid tier here, considering he entered this program talking about how luck was going to be his strategy. But luck can also be a strategy regardless of card start. Luck could be a strategy at 15. We've seen it before, so we'll see how it shakes out.
So an 11 game 3 start from Lucas. So, obviously, it can be hard to win on low tier. Well, it's not a guarantee. A lot less strategy put into it, and even though Nifty said, I'm not that great on low tier, Lucas is gonna probably not gamble and keep it going. It's only 1-1, nothing crazy yet. We're gonna go 11. So Nifty coming out swinging with a double play on his first turn.
Yeah, I don't hate the fact that he's avoiding the gamble as of right now. Yeah. I mean, it's maybe something to explore later on in the series if you have.
Yeah, you're no cap. You're no cap. Yeah, not at all.
No, nobody here is captain. You cannot consistently win on 5 cards, 6 cards. So
yeah, and if you're capped, you can't consistently win on 15 cards either.
No.
Don't know what he was smoking. Anyway, no. Kind of eye for an eye from Lucas there. +2. He goes ahead by 3. Sends Nifty back to the starting line.
Keeping it on green for now. Just keeping it calm for now, relatively speaking. Getting rid of some of the ammo, but switching it over to the red. Still got a little bit to go. Lucas in the lead for now.
Yeah, and of course, also be remiss to not mention the fact that Aiden over there tied 2-2 with Jordy. A win puts him into the LCQ as he sits at 4-2. Also have the other games on the schedule you mentioned is Lucas is going to go to blue. You have red coming up later at 4:30. Win for him would put him in the LCQ at 4-2 as well, and then of course Saiyan Titan as well at 4-2 will look to clinch LCQ with a win over Hole coming up this evening at 7. So quite a bit of playoffs on the line, but obviously for these guys they need more than that. They need 3 wins at the very least, as they sit both at 2 wins apiece.
No, this is absolutely critical that they win this if they want to have a chance.
You don't want to put the pressure on Nifty obviously working from a little bit behind, but getting those 2 wins in T2 helping him. Lucas was here at the start of the season, so he's had one more game. And thank you for that update.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Jordy going up 3-2 on Aiden Smith. And of course, this is Jordy's first tournament in the league.
No, we've been seeing a lot of debutants show out in their debut rides.
Yeah,
we just saw
Joao. Yeah, just saw Joao do that, making it far in Archery April, making it to the finale, getting the silver medal, falling to J Money in 8, which was crazy run for him. And one of the ones he beat was Wes in round 2, who took out Lucas in round 1 of Archery April. As Lucas goes for a double, Nifty continues to run on the yellow after hit the switch he made.
Yeah.
Nifty ahead by 4, Lucas out.
Nifty already down to 3 cards. Yeah, this is dangerous for Lucas here. Down to 2.
Trying to go up 2-1 in the series.
I can't imagine Lucas would have much in the back end. He switches to blue.
40
This might
SX
do it.
check as well. Lucas
able to ISO Nifty there on the blue. I mean, that's a great read from him. Able to sense that Nifty wasn't going to be able to have anything to work with on the blue.
Might be
and
a big
sending
top
it back
there.
even more.
Yeah, Nifty, if he can play, will still have the possession arrow, is even at 5. And meanwhile, Jordy got to check in Game 6 and they're both iced out on the blue at the present moment. And Nifty coming in with a double, looking for trips.
Ooh, okay. Pop off. Oh my god. Oh,
yeah. You're lucky that didn't work.
Oh, there you go.
You're lucky that's against the rules.
It's a draw.
It's a quad
draw.
skip. Interesting.
Quad skip into a draw.
I don't mind that, but that could come back to bite him.
I mean, you could go one of 2 ways with it. You could save the run, or you can use it to get to a situation where you're hoping for a good top deck here. I don't hate it necessarily. It's just going to be oh my goodness.
They're both going. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Almost.
Whoa.
didn't have the call there.
And Jordy has just wrapped it up, by the way. 4-2. Aiden Smith will have to needs a round 1 win in T4 to make it to LCQ.
Oh my God.
After a solid T1 in a bit of a revenge tour after getting relegated. Nifty, wrong color, and that a little bit too high on the aggression from Lucas.
No.
And Nifty goes up 2-1, and that is a tragic call from Lucas.
That's just the fatal switch. You got to be more careful in those situations.
Wrong.
When your opponent's
wrong color.
Like
Goodness
wrong
me.
color, absolutely.
God damn.
But the gamble worked out for Nifty in the fact that running that chain and hoping that your opponent makes a mistake, that seemed to work out for him pretty well there.
Yeah. Was that quad play Nifty kind of trying to rattle the cage and try and get him to pull a move like that? That was risky for him?
Yeah, I wanted to. So I was questioning earlier because I had the yellow skip and the red skip to start. And then I also had, when I was on the yellow streak, I was questioning when I placed down that yellow 3, do I want to power play this? Because then I could have had the win if I did that. I didn't. I placed down the yellow 3 because he drew. I thought maybe I could get a chance here. And then he switched to blue. So from that moment, it was like, damn it, I gotta figure out a way to close from here. I just wanted to put pressure on his mind with that run and staying close to Uno. And that green 6 that I drew, the moment that he screwed over that run, that's the one that I played to win.
Yeah. Yeah, Lucas, were you just feeling after that run? I think that was that what you were feeling after he pulled that 4-skip run, that you were just worried that he was gonna have something in red at the end there? It's about all I can think of for making that kind of play.
I was hoping he had a red, but I wasn't expecting him to have a green.
Yeah.
At all.
Damn.
That
You
just
mean-
felt like
Yeah.
the wrong read. Wrong read for the situation. I mean, you see the run there from blue into the yellow into the red.
Yeah.
I mean, my first thought process would be watch out for the green, but
We're gonna send it again.
we're gonna send it again. Lucas able to do that.
Yep.
We'll
Here
see
we
how
go.
It works out.
Game 4 and
You know,
chaos.
some people, yeah, some people determine 5-card starts to be the ultimate gamble. Some people determine 15-card starts to be the ultimate gamble. We'll see how it shakes out here. Whether this turns into a gamble game or more of a drawn out strategical.
Yep. So once again, Jordy moving on in 6 over Aiden Smith, who, you know, we all know Nick. We all know he's D1 level competition. He of course gave the world champ Ashley Fitz a season ago and unfortunately was relegated. But Jordy will be moving on in the Cyclone region, and we'll get. I'm gonna check the bracket here because I don't recall who's on the other side of that one.
I got the bracket right here. It's winner of Evan versus Breath.
Thank you. And Evan versus Breath, that will be played. I can at least get to this. That'll be played on. It'll be the lone game on Mother's Day Sunday at 11 a.m. As Lucas coming out firing as well. Quint play to start. And again, we talk about the lack of control, and it doesn't. I don't know how much it's going to work for Lucas going forward.
Yeah, especially when we're at 15 cards. You go
Another
on that
undercut.
4-bagger. You go on that 5-bagger run, and then you get immediately swapped back into the blue that you switched out of, and then I don't know. We're staying on the green though, so it kind of works.
Indeed, it does. One up this time from Nifty. Lucas going down to the green ground floor. Lucas ahead by a big 6, but Nifty could come out with anything. He's gotten a few cards to boot, but not a whole lot.
Yeah, it just takes one instance of Lucas getting stalled out on his drive to the finish, and we're talking about Nifty being able to bite into that lead rather quickly. Both content on the yellow for now.
And down this time, if we just get a 2 or a 6, we have a small straight. Yes!
It's a little bit out of order, but
it's a small straight. It doesn't have to be in order. It's just a small straight.
Close enough. Close enough.
Yes. I love how I said it as I. Oh my goodness!
Whoa,
right.
whoa!
Here comes Nifty coming back. Triple play, looking for a quad. Closes it on the red 1, but within 3 now.
This is what Lucas wanted earlier, though, and it got immediately swapped out of. So we'll see if Lucas has anything on the back end here on the red. We're we're just gonna have to wait and see about that. But I can't imagine Lucas would be sitting back comfortably in the spot if he were to have ammo, as we get another +4 for Lucas here. He just seems like he wants the lead at any cost necessary.
Yeah, he doesn't want to play
Pulling
from
out all the
behind.
spot.
And
pulling out
I
all the
mean, it's
stops.
been fairly even apart from the +4s, and maybe in the skips as well. I mean, not too far apart on the +2s, but Lucas has even
And
been
then-
behind, and there goes Nifty. Just as I say that, almost evens up that +2 differential with a couple +6, and we are even at 9. Lucas able to take the possession arrow if he can play on the green, and he is able to.
An eye for an eye, and just like that, after all the dust is settled, we're back to square. Both calming down a little bit as we're still switching a lot. Switching over into the blue. Again, now we're back to a point where we're unsure about what either player has at this stage, since they both got hit with ammo relatively recently. But they should be fine to run this for a little while longer. They're both approaching that sort of area where they can get stalled out, though, both at 5 cards. Into the red, though. Red should be good for both. We hadn't stayed on red for any significant time this entire game, so it'd be difficult to imagine one of them just not having anything at all in this red. Lucas able to run it down to 4.
So keeping it red is Lucas, and it is neck and neck. And you'd think it's got to come down to maybe an ammo play if one of them's going to pull it off, as they're running clean.
If one of them has a +4 here, that's probably what it's going to come down to. If they're able to run that red and then go into a +4 finish here, that's what I'm feeling like at least. Lucas getting Nifty to draw on the red. This might be what he needs.
This might be it. Triple play potentially. He's used a lot of ammo, so I don't know if it's going to come. Oh,
Ooh.
wait. Okay, you don't know that's either a mistake or it's alarm bells for Nifty.
That's either a big Clint play or Lucas is making sure that Nifty has 0 opportunity to fire back.
This could, yeah. I mean, you have to see what happens before you can judge the play. Nifty, used by that one. We'll see what happens. See what
It
he
wouldn't
does
be
in
the first
response.
time Lucas has made a typing error, but
Yeah.
we'll see how Nifty goes about interpreting this.
Yeah, don't know if that's a fumble like mine yesterday.
we don't talk about. You
don't
still got the dub. We don't talk about that.
I know. You can read my quote. Read my quote. I don't need to go further. Anyway.
And there we go.
Okay,
Firing
yeah,
the
+4.
+4.
Yeah,
that's
like I
smart.
said, that's alarm bells for Nifty, and he pulls it out, going yellow, and we are just over 6 minutes through this one.
I maybe that was a top deck, but that's more likely than not an instance of Nifty holding on to that +4 until right when the time called for it, which I think is smart from his perspective. Nifty once again drawn out ISO'd on the blue, but able to switch it back over to the yellow. Does Lucas truly not have any yellow? No, he's able to run it. Both at 3 cards now, but Nifty with the advantage, down to 2 cards. Now, if Lucas has a +4 here, like I suspected he did, and what the wild play might have hinted towards, he might be looking to unload the clip right now.
Lucas
He's
trying to make it
typing.
a best of 3 moving forward. He's got 3 cards left. What does he do?
There it
+4 for the
is.
check. For the check.
Uno.
For the check.
Nifty getting one more chance to respond here. If he picked up anything like a green +2 or maybe another wild +4, it feels like we've already used 3 of them, though, so it's very unlikely for him to have the last one. Maybe a wild here? Oh my goodness.
No. He's talking. Nifty down to
Thinking
2.
this
He
through.
might have given him the opening, and it's on the green again. There's no way.
Let's see here. Nifty really taking his time thinking this through. No power play online right now for him, but
He's only down to
going through
2,
all
so
of his other options.
could just be as simple as a double finish.
Or no, Lucas is at Uno.
Yeah, but Nifty's at 2. Or no, he's at 6. What am I doing?
Oh no, he's
I
at
can't.
6.
I can't read. I'm sorry. I can't read. He's gonna go to blue, and Lucas is iced.
The
Wow.
Blue Wild works out.
Goodness.
Yeah, Nifty taking his time going through the theoretical options in terms of what he might have, landing on the Blue Wild. It works.
It's a
out
classic.
maybe a little bit.
It's a classic.
A classic. Really? Oh my goodness.
What? Okay. Unless he's got a 7, this means nothing. If he's got a 7, that's fair game. Unless Nifty found a number. Oh my goodness!
Whoa!
Oh
whoa,
my goodness!
Whoa!
And he goes back to green. That is dangerous. But
That
still, he
is-
gave him +2.
I would feel a lot worse about that play had he not had the +2
Goodness.
on the back end.
He
there.
doesn't
But
have
worked
it.
out.
He doesn't have
He
it.
He didn't have green.
He didn't have green at the end either.
either.
And that's I consider that a little bit of a wild flush there earlier then.
Yeah, I mean, wow.
And they're both. Oh, but Lucas top decks a 1. Nifty's still going. Zero sugar. Switch to yellow. Hold the phone.
on the yellow. Oh, that's
Nifty
what
to
he
check.
wants. though.
Signs the check with the 1.
Does Lucas have anything here? No. Is this
No, Nifty for 3-1. Oh. Oh, what a game.
Oh no. Lucas able to play, gets back to 2 here.
If only. No way!
to the
No
red.
way! No. Oh
Does
my
Lucas have any? No. Is this it?
god!
My
Oh
God.
my! Number top
Number
deck,
efficiency,
my
some-
beloved.
Some fortunate top decks in terms of numbers, but
Nifty, like take me through that last sequence there. That was absurd.
Man. Oh, from the moment when like Lucas was like daring to finish on green, and I was like, well, I have a blue +2, but I could wild into it, but I don't want to leave the +2 up there if that was a card that he could finish with, and that just set me back more. So I wanted to get on blue, and then draw to see if I could get something else to play with. And I drew a wild. So when
Oh,
he kept
boy.
it on blue, I was
Ugh.
like, +2, let's go to green, see what you got.
Oh my!
And he had nothing. So from there, it was just trying to find the number efficiency at the end with no ammo. It's just...
Yeah, I mean, Nicky really those +4s were thrown so crazy that's really what it comes down to in these kind of games when stuff goes sideways. That's just what happens. So,
no, yeah, that was a very, very aggressive game, but I feel like it was well played on both ends. It just came down to who was able to get those fortunate top decks on the back end there, and Nifty was fortunate enough to take advantage of getting that number efficiency into the red.
Yeah. I'll say one to Lucas. What were you signaling there with that red wild when you were already in the red? Was that a mistake, or was that a sign that you had a path to the win there?
That was a sign that was.
What were you down to at that
yes.
point?
I wanted +4 and the yellow.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you went the same direct. Oh, that's tragic. Yeah. So
I could have played any other color, but
yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it definitely. Yeah, it's so. Yeah, that's a tough break for him because he had it, but Yeah, I just wonder, power play was out there, but it was only game 4. But again, we talk about how much difference there is in 3-1 to 2-2. We'll just have to see how it goes game 5.
No, there's a big difference between the two of them. You don't see early power play down here very often. We did see it with Jordy earlier, but
Yeah.
no, I don't expect them to unload the power play this early into the series. We'll see if it comes out later this game, though.
Yeah. And we're going to step down to 14 for game number 5. Nifty looking to try and wrap it up and get win number 3 on the season and move on to play the top seed in the region, Ridley. Double OG is on the board. Leah starts it up, and we have a free choice.
I don't think there's much culture down here, so he's just going to make his play, but very, very uncultured.
Very uncultured.
No, that's fine though. That's fine though.
I'm an uncultured man. There we go. Double play, going for blue. Start us off.
No, I like going 14 cards here. It seems like he's a lot more comfortable with the higher tier stuff relative to the lower tier. I don't mind him experimenting a little bit with the 5 cards. Send a game down there, see what happens. But at the end of the day, when the series is on the line like this, you got to go back to what you're comfortable with and what's working.
Got to go back
so
to
far
what
it
you're
seems
confident
like
in. Exactly.
Yeah.
As Lucas again gonna even it up with that +2, and again it just seems like we keep seeing it's a +2 after a double play.
Yeah.
And Nifty gonna go for green on the switch.
Switching early off of the blue that he started on.
Another double lead, and definitely I think he's going to try and keep pulling the aggression facing elimination, Nick. I mean, he's been aggressive all series, but he's definitely he's definitely a time to do it at this point, down 3-1.
I mean, if you're down 3-1, you're not going to all of a sudden stop playing aggressive when the series is on. You just
you may start
play
playing
it out,
aggressive, but you won't stop.
Yeah, exactly. As we see a triple play this time from Nifty. We're seeing a lot of double plays, double play, and we switch, another double play, and then a triple play here. We're really trying to get through this game quickly, it seems like. With all these chains that we're throwing around here.
Crossing to yellow, 0 sugar from Nifty.
I guarantee you don't have a yellow 0 in your hand. Guarantee
you do not have a yellow 0. You have a red 0. Yeah, Y is 2 keys from red. Y is 2 keys from R. It makes sense. And we're going on the red. 1 up from the basement to the ground. And it is neck and neck again. Lucas with stealing the possession arrow. Has it. Makes a little bit more cushion. Double play into the 8.
No, Lucas's game plan for this has really just been take the advantage early and play it where it lies from there.
Both power plays are in play as well. Neither has used it, and it's. I would think Lucas has got to try. He's trying to get ahead. He wants to try and pull the. Wants to try and pull it out before Nifty can get too close, but a wild there on the blue, and we'll keep it.
Nifty's
for Lucas.
Swapped out of blue earlier. That's really interesting, playing the fade there a little. But it comes back to it with the wild. Lucas throwing a wild yellow down. This might be what Nifty wants, though. Maybe, theoretically. But he's down to 3 cards. You got to go for the finish here. But
yeah. Oh wait.
Nifty's stopping him in his tracks.
I was like, God. Yeah. I keep getting PTSD after yesterday with every time I see someone make a play like that. I'm like, no, God. I've just become the soldier gif, except I won, which is crazy. Anyway, Nifty down to dose. Lucas trying to hold on for dear life. I wonder what he pulls out here if he has something.
Pulls out the power play.
Oh yeah,
even if it's not a finish
Either
here, you
defensive
got it.
or
You
he's
can't-
pulling it. I think it's defensive. As he
It's
makes Nifty
probably
draw, it's
defensive.
one. So to Lucas
Wouldn't it
again.
be-
He's at 3. Does he have a triple or is this just a play? Just a play, gonna
Just a
hold Nifty
play.
back. Not a bad move there. Power play is
Not a
off
bad
the
move.
board now for Lucas. Nifty still with it in hand. He's still at 3. It's possible. Cannot play it at this point. We have to cycle around the table one more time before he can, if he has something to go for here. And Nifty
He didn't have
nothing.
anything to begin with. Wow. So burning the power play there a little bit, but in that spot, you can't really.
It's a
blame
little
Lucas for
bit.
doing
It's a
it.
little bit desperation, but I can understand it. Lucas has a wild.
Into the Uno.
What
Does
does
Nifty
that?
have anything
Is
to
that
respond?
safe? Is it safe? Nifty's still within striking distance.
Oh, what?
Oh my!
What? Excuse me.
I can't.
Uh,
Surprise! I can't.
I don't even know what to say to that. I mean,
I really didn't even need it. Didn't even need it.
Didn't even need the
Well,
power play.
he
It's just
couldn't use
very-
it. Well, he
man,
could have used
green
it, but
was
there
the
was no
wrong
point.
color twice in a row for Lucas here.
I can't. Yeah, like
Yeah,
that's tough
mean-
luck for Lucas. I can't even be mad at that if I were him. Well, I would be mad, but I couldn't. I couldn't be mad that I did something wrong. I don't. Like
No,
you
I'm
gotta be
curious, Nifty.
Nostradamus to read that. Although we hadn't seen green in a good long while, but goodness.
He can't expect the 4-bagger though. You
Yeah,
can't.
and
Nifty.
Nifty tripled out of green earlier, so
Yeah.
goodness.
I'm curious though, Nifty. What were your 2 draws there from both the power play and then the one afterwards on
Yeah, let me
the
go back
yellow
and
one
see.
before the wild?
The power play. Where was that again? Boo-ba-doo-doo-doo.
Goodness.
How far back was that? Damn.
It-
Here
It's
it
like-
is. Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
So
It was just a
first,
little up there.
yeah.
yellow.
So the power play gave me a wild +4.
Oh, that's
Um,
classic.
And then
you can't even.
my-
That's just not
my
fair,
second
man.
draw was a blue reverse. So I was wanting to close it out with a power play this match. Lucas stopped me by playing his own power play and then going to Uno. So I couldn't close it out the way I wanted to until he laid down the green wild, and I took a
Wow.
second to look at the cards and was like, wait, no, I could just
No,
run
man.
this to win anyway.
Oh, man.
Oh God, I can't. Lucas, I feel
That's-
for you because I mean you got burned twice on a while. I mean, questionable in the first one, but the second one you couldn't have seen that coming. Thoughts on this series? I mean, it's definitely closer than the scoreboard showed there. Ugh.
Yeah, I
Dead noises.
no idea. Fair enough.
Yeah, I can't.
Speechless noises.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, the power play giving your opponent the wild +4. It's
Absurd. Yeah,
truly
it's
one
like
of the
what?
worst
Yeah,
feelings in MRE.
yeah, it's true.
True,
Yeah.
just agony. It happened to me.
The
against
agony
Lane
of
Sanders.
defeat, indeed.
Happened to me against Lane back in like T4, and nothing else of note happened that series in a game 7.
Goodness.
Anyways,
Man, I don't even know. That is wild. No pun intended.
But yeah, Nifty moving on, facing Ridley, the newly ranked #1 overall player in D2. If you're Ridley,
not number
you
one
gotta be-
overall in the seeding, but number one in the
not in the seeding, but
yeah.
in the D2 championship.
Yeah, in the
rankings,
in the D2 championship. Yeah, Nifty thoughts on. We kind of touched on it at the top, but thoughts on getting a shot at Ridley coming up next round should be a big opportunity for you.
I thought that I was being stacked up pretty heavily when I went up against brii in the last tournament, and I surprised myself by managing to pull that one out. So honestly, even though Ridley is like top of the D2 right now, I still feel okay about my odds against Ridley here because I'm a wild card. I think you guys saw it pretty well in this match. You can't really know what they expect from me, and as long as I can
Again,
keep
no
that
pun
up, I
intended,
think
unless you're intending.
yeah, the wild card, yes.
The wild. Yeah, the wild.
Hoping to get
True.
my face on one of the wilds in D1 someday.
Goodness. Yeah, but congrats on the win. We will most certainly see you tomorrow night for some action in this very region. So looking forward to it.
My turn in the booth.
Yeah. Nifty having his turn in the booth here, coming up tomorrow at 5 o'clock. We got Nifty Nick in the booth tomorrow. We got the OG Nick in the booth today. Appreciate you coming by. Final thoughts on this one, Nick, as we close it out.
Maybe if the scoreboard doesn't necessarily reflect it, but it certainly felt
not at all.
It felt close. That's what we expect from these 8-9 matchups.
Yep.
Lucas came in expecting a little bit more luck on his end, didn't necessarily shake out, but Nifty playing really, really sound, and we know what he's capable of, as we talked about how last tournament he beat Brii off of her Final Four run in February Flurry. So, I mean, heading into a match against Ridley, if you're Ridley, you got to be really, really careful here. I mean, we're talking about a player who's won in these quote-unquote play-in situations before. This is somewhat, you could technically call this a play-in since Ridley's sitting on Bye Island.
Yeah, effectively.
Yeah, it should be a great matchup against Ridley versus Nifty. You won't want to miss it.
Definitely should be fun. So you see the bracket there. Nifty going on 4-1 over Lucas. It'll be Ridley versus Nifty, the 1 versus 8 game in round 2 of the Barometer region. Should be an interesting one to see, as Nifty improves to 3-1, 14-9 on the year. Needs 2 more wins for the LCQ. Looking for a big one coming up in round 2. Lucas falls to 2-3, 21-24. Back to the schedule. We will be back on stream at 4:30 this evening, at late afternoon, as Red and Blake square off in the second game, the first of 2 stream games in the drought region. Actually, might be the only. Can't remember. Yeah, that is actually the only one. But as we were unfortunately unable to stream Sam vs. Cage, they will still play on Saturday. So that is going to do it for our first stream of D2T3. Thanks to both our players, Nifty and Lucas, for putting on a good one. In spite of the scoreboard, definitely could have easily gone 7 if not for a couple plays here and there. And congrats to Nifty on the win. We'll see you next round. Thank you to Nick for joining me in the booth here. Good to have you in the booth as always. And congrats to Leah on making it through first ref game of the season.
Shout out Leah.
Shout out Leah. And also we'll say, and we will, Nifty making his debut in the booth tomorrow, and we'll also see Leah making her debut in the booth tomorrow night at 8:30. So looking forward to that as well. G and Tapir will have you covered at 4:30. And then we will flip the channel back to D1. I will be alongside Jesse Turner for Stingray vs. Ard in the popcorn region of D1's movie May 4 vs. 13 game coming up at 7:30 p.m. Eastern tonight. So that'll do it for all of us here at MRE. I have been Not Short. We will see you again on stream in D2 at 4:30. I'll be back on the mic at 7:30 for some D1 action. But for now, thank you for joining us and have a great afternoon. This has been a presentation of MRE Uno, Division 2.